We want to talk about a flat or universal Social Security benefit. All of the details in this video, so let's get into it right away. But before we do, if you haven't done so, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video so I can continue to keep you updated each and every day with all of this new information, and so we can reach 1 million subscribers right here on the channel by the end of the year, which will ultimately give us more impact and influence going forward, especially as we call on Congress to raise benefits to an equitable standard of living. Thank you, I truly appreciate it, and we will continue pushing forward and doing whatever we possibly can to get more benefits for everybody in this community. Thank you so much. Let's get right into this. So have you heard about this? It is back in the news once again. Implementing a flat or universal Social Security benefit. Sounds confusing, right? Don't worry, let me explain. So here's what they want to do, and here's what they're proposing. Implementing a flat Social Security benefit. In other words, so as you probably know, if you're somebody receiving Social Security benefits at this time of any kind, essentially every beneficiary of Social Security gets a different benefit. It is based on the amount of money that you've paid in to Social Security through Social Security taxes, right? And then they run it through their formula and their calculation, and they spit out a number, and that's your monthly benefit. Well, according to this flat or universal Social Security benefit, things would be changing potentially over a very long period of time. Let me explain this a little bit further. So we've actually been talking a lot about universal basic income and guaranteed basic income lately, and you understand the concept of that, right? Just a flat benefit on a monthly basis going forward. Well, it's essentially the same thing. So, good thing we've actually been talking a lot about universal basic income, because you probably have a much better idea and understanding of this universal Social Security benefit as well. But let me explain this. So here's what they're proposing. Since everybody, literally every beneficiary of Social Security, is getting pretty much a different benefit. So the whole idea behind this flat universal Social Security benefit would be over a very long period of time, like several decades, like 30 years is what they're probably looking at to implement this. Over a very long period of time. Essentially what they would do is they would raise benefits for those people who are receiving lower benefits, and they would reduce benefits for those people receiving higher benefits. Eventually, over that long period of time, bringing them all together to parity, which would essentially just bring like a flat benefit of whatever amount that they would come up with. So here's the thing. It'd be certainly a very interesting concept. So essentially, over that time period, people's benefits would be changing a little bit each and every year. Those people who have a lower benefit, it would ratchet up a little bit more. And those people who have a higher benefit, it would unfortunately for them ratchet down a little bit, just a few dollars or a little bit, a few percentage points every single year until they eventually meet in equilibrium right in the middle, and everybody going forward at that point would then be getting a flat universal Social Security benefit. Make sense? So essentially, regardless of how much somebody paid into Social Security through taxes, basically everybody at that point would be getting the exact same benefit. So it'd be kind of an interesting concept. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about this. Would you like some kind of benefit like this? Here's the thing though. If you're somebody getting probably less than like $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, it would probably be a huge benefit for you, because realistically the flat benefit would probably be more than that. However, if somebody is receiving maybe $2,000 or $3,000 as a monthly benefit, you might not like it. You might not like it very much, because you probably would have your benefits reduced. In fact, right here in 2021, the average Social Security retirement benefit is $1,553. The average disability benefit is $1,277. So we could probably see right there that the average flat universal benefit, based on what they're talking about right here, would probably be anywhere between $1,200 and $1,500, roughly. If we were to add it all up and average it all out, that's probably where this flat benefit would come in. So those lower benefit beneficiaries would probably be pretty happy with some kind of flat universal benefit like this, right? So there's actually some word out there saying that this would actually prolong the longevity of the Social Security Administration and like the trust funds out there right now. Because as we know, we've talked about this in other videos, in about 14 years from now, which realistically 14 years, it sounds like a long time, but really it's not that long out there, right? Time goes very fast, right? We've discovered that lately. Time goes really fast, but here's the thing. We've learned that about the next 14 years, if they don't make any drastic changes to the Social Security Trust Fund and the collections as far as tax revenues, or they make some kind of major reform to the program, within about 14 years, they'll probably need to reduce benefits by about 21 to 25%. They would only be able to pay about 75 to 79% of benefits because at that point, the trust fund would be liquidated. In other words, the trust fund would be out of money, and they would only be able to pay out the benefits in which they are collecting through tax revenues at that time, which would come out to be about 75 to 79% of total benefits right now. So that's kind of a scary outlook as of right now. But don't worry, we've also been talking a lot about Social Security reform and how these packages, or what I should say is these proposals out on the table right now between like President Biden, he has a plan out there right now to reform Social Security. Bernie Sanders has a plan out there to reform Social Security. There's a lot of different ideas out there floating around about reforming the Social Security program. But here's the thing. We all know that none of these programs and none of these plans are actually being brought into the light right now, and they're not actually being worked on in any capacity. So, at what point will they actually do it? Well, hopefully they would need to do something sooner than later. But anyway, this whole flat and universal Social Security benefit is in the news once again, and I wanted to bring it to you because this is not the first time we've heard about this, but it's interesting that it's coming up once again, right? So let me know your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear from you. What would you think about a flat universal Social Security benefit? So regardless of what you paid into the system, through your Social Security taxes that you've been paying all your life while you were working and things like that, it wouldn't really matter anymore if they actually implemented a flat benefit, because everybody across the board, regardless of how much you paid in, you would get that flat benefit. But let me reiterate one more time. This is not something that would happen overnight. No, it's not like they would flip a switch and one day wake up and it'd be like, whoa, we have a flat universal benefit. No. Actually, what it sounds like is this is something that would probably take place over many decades, like 30 years. In fact, they're saying that a lot of people who are over the age 62 would probably not have any impact at all to this. Well, I shouldn't say probably. They would not have any impact. In fact, people who are in their early 30s would possibly maybe start to see some of the impact of this flat benefit. So here's the thing. It would be a long time out there, right? So that's kind of where I'm in my mid-30s, so maybe I would see a little bit of it, like as far as this flat benefit goes on, but for the most part, it's way out in the future because of they don't want to just like flip a switch one day and all of a sudden be like, hello, we've changed your benefit, we've reduced your benefit, or we've doubled your benefit overnight. For those people who have lower benefits, it'd be a really cool thing to wake up one day and realize, hey, my benefit just doubled literally overnight. That'd be pretty cool, right? But then the people on the other side of the spectrum who are maybe getting a little bit better or a higher of a benefit, they might wake up and say, uh-oh, my benefit was reduced by 50%. This isn't fun. You know what I mean? So, of course, that's not going to happen. It would be a long time that this would happen over the course of. But anyway, let me know. I came across this. As I've said, I will continue keeping you updated with everything going on regarding Social Security and everything else out there right now. I wanted to bring this up because there's a lot floating around out there. But here's the thing. It's nice that people are actually talking about Social Security, because here's the thing. When nothing is even being talked about or proposed or introduced about a program, that's not a good thing. We want people talking about it because then it's out in, it's getting attention at that point, right? It's in the light. It's getting attention. People are looking at it. People are trying to do something about it. That's good. So anyway, let me know your thoughts down below on a flat universal Social Security benefit. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Share this one with your friends, family, social media, or go back and check out any of my other 1,400 plus videos right here on the channel. And thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.